Hey, call you later. I think we got trouble. Hello, what is up guys? I'm your host Gordon and welcome to another one of my video. As you can see, what I got over here is a phone blaster. And the actual name of this blaster is actually called the Apple Blaster. Hey yo, 3 cameras? I see what you did there. This thing is actually pretty cute. Not only that, this is a blaster with the shape of a phone. This is actually a shell ejecting blaster. Holy moly guys! And it is a double barrel shell ejecting blaster. Alright guys, I can't really wait to play with it right now, so let us move on with the Saturday shoutout. For this Saturday, I will have to thank Felix, Richard, and Adrianir Fan Surin. I think I accidentally butchered that one, let me know in the comment section. Anyway, thanks for supporting the channel, and if you guys want a shout out, leave a comment down below and I will be picking a couple of you guys for a Saturday shoutout. Hey, while you are at it, do remember to smash the like button as well as the subscribe button. Seriously, this thing don't really have a screen over here, but I do have screen time for Mac Potato because they sent me this cool blaster for today's review. Mac Potato is a local Malaysian online foam dart blaster seller who sells rare imported foam dart blaster just like this one. If you guys are interested with one of these, all the necessary link will be provided in the description down below. Hello. In the box, we got the blaster itself, 6 shells, a bag of darts, a speed loader, and a manual. The blaster comes with these kind of spring-loaded shells and plastic darts, which you have to push in the plastic darts into the spring-loaded shells until you hear it clicks. To turn it into blaster form, just pull out the grip just like so. Pull the slider to open up the barrel. Load in the shells and close it up. Pull the trigger 2 times to fire 2 times. Pull the slider again for the shell ejection. Okay, first look at the blaster. As you can see, the silhouette of the blaster definitely looks like a phone. More precisely, an iPhone. Well, it is a pretty clear giveaway because of these 3 cameras over here. But overall, I do think that this is actually a pretty interesting concept. This is more like a spy blaster of some sort. While holding the phone or the blaster on hand, this thing is actually surprisingly solid. The entire blaster is of course made out of a combination of nylon, metal as well as aluminum. Before we continue, let us transform this phone blaster into blaster form. It is actually pretty simple. You would just have to pull out the grip just like so, and there you go, a blaster phone. The entire body of the blaster is of course made out of some really thick nylon. The trigger of the blaster is made out of metal. The barrel release button over here is of course made out of metal, and of course the barrel itself is made out of metal. Okay, in order to reveal the chamber, you have to pull this metal piece backwards, and there you go. This blaster comes with one of those spring-loaded shells over here, which is basically the same kind of shells with my previous Glock and Desert Eagle review. You would just have to push the darts in the shell until you hear it clicks. And speaking about putting this plastic dart into the spring-loaded shell, the package actually comes with a speed loader. It is basically a 3-level box. Kinda looks like a Lego. First, you would just have to put your shells at the bottom layer, and then put on the second box, put in the plastic darts, and put on the top layer. And next, squeeze them up. And there you go. And this is how you speed load the shells. Load the shell in the blaster just like you are loading a double barrel shotgun. This is so cool, man. And then you are ready to go. The fun part of this blaster is that you don't really need to prime the blaster in order to shoot, because technically while you are pushing the plastic dart into the spring, that is basically the priming mechanism of these blaster. You would just have to pull the trigger and it will fire. Yeah. And for the shell ejecting, holy moly, that is cool. The trigger of the blaster is actually pretty satisfying to pull. The grip of the blaster, on the other hand, is actually pretty weird to hold. As you can see, this is a pretty squarish grip, and it is not a long grip, and there's like hollow parts in there. It is not the most comfortable grip in the world, but overall it is actually pretty acceptable, I would say. But hey, this blaster is all about the fun factor. Who cares about the grip anyway? And let us turn this blaster back into phone form, and there you go. Is this not fun, guys? The Picatinny roll situation of this blaster is basically non-existent. There is absolutely no Picatinny reel at all. As for the iron sight, the blaster comes with a really tiny iron sight at the front of the blaster, and surprisingly enough, the chamber release button actually aligns with the iron sight. So I would say this is a rear iron sight. So yep, I guess that's all of the quirks and features. Surprisingly enough, this is a pretty simple and lovely little blaster. So without further ado, let us go test this foam blaster out. Okay, we are back, guys. So as expected, these collector's item gimmickish blaster, especially those that actually came with these spring-loaded shells, don't really show good FPS numbers. Overall, this blaster only fires from 41 FPS all the way to 45 FPS. Understandable, most of these are actually due to strict toy safety regulations, but seriously, for this blaster, performance is actually not that important. The gimmicks and the fun factor are probably the most important thing for this blaster. The maximum shooting distance of this blaster is just 3 meters. The accuracy in 3 meters is actually not bad. Hitting a target in 3 meters is not an issue. Operating this blaster so far, I did not encounter any jams yet, which is a good thing. The shell loading mechanism as well as the shell ejecting mechanism works just fine. Hey, not to mention that the speed loader works too. Overall, this is actually a very simple blaster. I'm actually having a lot of fun with this blaster, pranking my friends. And does this blaster passes the wall test? It's absolutely the weirdest blaster on the wall, but I can pretty much say that this blaster actually passes the table test, because this blaster literally looks like a phone when folded, and when you put it on a table, nobody will suspect you. Well, that's definitely a weird, fishy phone. Alright, forget about it. Somebody might suspect you. But nevertheless, this is a fun blaster. So yep, I guess that's all of the quirks and features of this blaster. So if you guys like this video, do remember to smash the like button as well as the subscribe button. Hey, don't forget the notification bell, because I will be posting video every Saturday, maybe once in a while on Wednesday. And if you guys want a shout out, leave a comment down below and I will be picking a couple of you guys for a Saturday shout out. So yep, Gordon's checking out and I'm going to see you in the next video. Adios, guys!